video game industry thrives on creativity, yet it is no stranger to controversies, especially ones where these giant corporations overshadow independent artists, and that's exactly what has happened with Marathon. Once again, Bungie, this iconic studio, has stolen the entire art design from a small independent artist. The studio and the game finds itself embroiled in yet another scandal. The alleged theft of the artwork for its upcoming game Marathon marks the 4th time an incident like this has occurred. It raises the question of why does this keep happening? Is it the studio heads? Is it independent artists they hire on that grab everything from Pinterest or Twitter and steal it without really crediting the artist? Or is it a deeper problem of the ethical treatment? Get the game done by any means necessary. Hey everyone, VideosToEatTo here, just cutting in, asking you to please subscribe. 55% of you aren't subscribed, and I want to keep making these top 10 out of 10 videos. Thank you. Hit that subscribe and the bell icon. Thank you. So let's dive in and discuss what happened and what my opinions are. The artist Anti-Real has accused Bungie of lifting her designs from her 2017 poster series and her music. And you may be asking yourself, did Bungie really steal something, or is it just something similar? No. I'm going to put up a comparison on screen. These are screenshots taken from the game and from the artist's artwork, and you can see clear as day that this is obviously stolen assets from the artist. Bungie has already come out and made a statement and blaming this entire situation on a former employee. But as this keeps happening time and time again, we all know the truth. It's not a former employee. It's Bungie themselves. They don't want to go out and pay other artists who aren't working for the studio, so they'll use something as reference, or they'll take something blatantly and just create it as their own and credit it to themselves. Anti-Real's accusations are supported with irrefutable evidence, in my opinion. I've mentioned the side-by-side comparisons. I'm going to put them up one more time, but it's very clear. The texture matches, the logo matches, the color palette and whole aesthetic matches. It's crazy to think that this billion-dollar studio is just stealing from artists. And what I think makes this case particularly egregious, it's the scale of the replication. What they need to be doing is hiring Anti-Real and saying that this person was their art director, because it is shocking to see the blatant copy of their style replicated without them getting credited or paid at all. Anti-Real said this: "My work was good enough to pillage for the ideas and plaster all over their game without pay or credit. This isn't just inspiration, it's appropriation. In a world of AI slop, I value originality. This is brazen theft, and with Bungie already in a legal turmoil over deleting the Destiny 2 original campaign, I'm interested to see where this goes, because Anti-Real said they're not interested in suing due to their financial situation, but I really think they have a case on their hands." Bungie participated in a live stream yesterday, and their official statement is very bland and very familiar. They admit fault, blame a rogue actor, and promise reform. You know, this is a former Bungie artist, but we all know it's not. The fact that this art was used so much proves to me that they knew what they were doing. They loved it so much they kept using it. They claim that they're going to review all their assets and implement a stricter check, but this doesn't feel right. We need compensation. A whole bunch of the art team followed Anti-Real on Twitter for years, so they can't use the excuse that this was a new person who just stole their designs. Bungie's response feels like a PR band-aid. They're scapegoating a random fictional employee and invading accountability. This isn't an oversight, it's a pattern of exploitation. And as I've mentioned before, this isn't the first time this has happened. In 2021, fan art was used in the Witch Queen trailer, and they changed it during the official release, but only because people found out and called Bungie out on it. In 2023, in a cutscene, Destiny copied digital artist work and plastered it as their own mural, and then when people found out, they obviously compensated the artist and changed it. And in 2024, a Nerf gun design mirrored fans' artwork, and that led to a settlement as well. Each time Bungie does this, they apologize and compensate and post the artist for exposure. And while that is commendable, this is an approach that continues to be repetitive. Who is watching out on this? Who is telling them to stop? I feel like Sony needs to step in and, give them a slap on the wrist or something. Compensation is a start, but they need to be offering these people jobs if they don't already have one. Bungie's actions, in my opinion, are like this. We're going to plagiarize your work, and if anyone catches us, then we're just going to compensate you, and that's it. If no one catches us, good for us. Anti-Real's frustrations with this is a humongous challenge that independent creators face today. They've been doing art for 10 years, posting their work online and growing a fan base, but they haven't been able to make this their full-time career. So when a company comes over and blatantly steals it and says it's our own, it's really sickening, it's disheartening. Why couldn't they have reached out to this artist and given them a job? It didn't even have to be a lead position. What happens if they gave them a junior role? You know what I mean? There was so much stuff they could have done before blatantly stealing this person's artwork and their hard-earned passions. And I truly think this fallout is going to extend beyond Bungie. Everyone's already been saying that Marathon has a humongous identity crisis. The game's aesthetics were once a selling point are now tainted, and that's what people were looking forward to. I was never really a fan of this art style in general to begin with, but what I hated most of all was this gameplay. It didn't look fun, it didn't look cool or original. It just looked like every other extraction shooter, but with the less hardcore elements, for more casual player. And while that's nice, that's not why people play extraction shooters. So I really think Sony might step in and delay Marathon, or make them redesign the game a little bit, unless they hire on Anti-Real or compensate them for their artwork. But since the style is so blatantly plastered throughout the entire game, it needs to be a large form of compensation. It can't just be a little $100,000 thing, you know what I mean? And Bungie's missteps are symptomatic of a profit-driven industry system. They undervalue art, and they're just pushing the labor out to get the game out as fast as possible. They don't care who it hurts, because if they were never caught, no one would ever say anything. We're going to need new policies to stop this kind of behavior from happening again, especially with Bungie. They should even set up a partnership program with artists, formalizing that agreement between indie creators who are ensuring that they get fair compensation. And we're going to need a culture shift, one that focuses on respecting the artist's independence and not just stealing their work for profit. I always try to stay positive in most of my videos, but this situation just really makes me mad. They are stealing this content and putting it as their own, saying, hey, we made this art and there's nothing you can do about it. This 100% does not fall under fair use at all. So in making this video, I hope to amplify Anti-Real's voice and hold Bungie accountable, because this whole thing needs a collective action to say, hey Bungie, hey Marathon, this is not okay, and hopefully this gets the attention it deserves. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed your meal and you enjoyed the video. Thank you, have a good one.